Hey guys, Mike the Gaming Dad here and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series for Starfield Shattered Space. So this is episode 4 and we ended the last episode after seeing the morning device which we have been assisting with burnt or smashed a hole through the force field that was around the Citadel. So now we need to go speak to one of the Dull Kef house, I think it is. And then yeah, I guess we're going to be going inside there for the first time. So yeah, let's get cracking.
The device has worked.
Ah, here he is, yeah, Malibor.
I was not certain this would work, but it seems the Serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkef.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first place.
Enough! It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed. We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
Okay, right, we've got a soldier option here. A direct assault is our best approach. This is no time for caution. Seems like rushing things caused all this to begin with. We need to take it slow. Whatever we do, we'd better do it quickly. And didn't you have a plan for once the device worked? Well, he said he wasn't sure this was going to work, so I'm going to guess not. So they hadn't planned this far. Let's go full throttle.
I disagree. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased Zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk.
Let me guess, yeah, I see where this is going. Send in the one person who is collateral damage. What's the word? Not collateral damage. What am I trying to say here? Dispensable, that's it.
Was there something else?
Yeah, there was. I see where this is going.
It is only fitting that it should be you.
Yeah, of course it should.
Really?
Send in the new
I
guy.
do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasko. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but the Speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasko back to us.
Okay. Yeah, Andrej, you can answer this one.
It will be nothing short of the highest honor. We will not fail.
We will speak again soon, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. I kind of want to make it back.
Hear me. Now is not the time for doubt.
Some sort of
Now
ritual
is the
going on
time
here.
For devotion, for
There used to be several temples like this. Now, look at this place.
Yeah, half of it's missing.
Come together and rejoice, for through this tragedy, our salvation has been.
Oh, we're going to be able to fly through these again. So strange, these little pockets of Zero gravity. Oh no. It's quite a handy little weapon, this. Oh, there she goes. I forgot we'd given her a minigun. Looks like she's actually using it properly this time. She was having major issues last time, wasn't she? She was sort of firing it in a one short burst, and then that was it. Still not 100% sure what we do with these 4-6 shards. I think one use was you can make, was it grenades or something out of them, explosives, but I've not actually looked at that. Oh no. These things are nasty.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Chunks grout. Must be a Varun specific flavour. A Varun groat flavoured chunks food cube, now with more groat. Get it down as. There we go. Starting to wish he'd agreed with me now and sent in more reinforcements. Countering heavy resistance here. That looked like Anasko, maybe. Do we get round? Looks like that way's blocked. Chameleon refined ground crew pack. Let's keep going round, see if we can find a way in. Surely it wouldn't make you like go through there. I can't even boost up. Which way is it saying to go? So coming down here and following these things was the wrong way to go then. nowhere. Oh, keep going up. Ah, here we go. Oh, so I was nearly here then, I just took a wrong turn. Interesting, what's this? 3 doors. It's saying to go through the middle one. Scaled Citadel. They all go to the same thing. Talk to Anasko Varun.
You're really here. Oh, I feared what I saw. That connection we made was yet another vision. This is real, is it not?
You're not imagining it, I'm really here.
I knew the Serpent would deliver me from this nightmare, but there must be some way out. Every time I have attempted to leave this place, I find myself lost, wandering, unable to see. There is nothing out there. Tell me, what of Dazra, the people of House Varun? I have had terrible visions, a dreadful sense of loss.
Most of the city is gone.
I had hoped what I saw was only some terrible nightmare. But I knew it to be true. You must believe me. We meant none of this. All of the research, the calculations, we thought we could contain it. I only ever wanted to help, to improve, to elevate House Varun.
You can ask for forgiveness once we get out of here.
You do not understand. We cannot simply leave. The chain reaction that started, it is self-sustaining. We tried everything. We had hoped we could complete the experiment, but then the vortex interlock burned out. You You have one, don't you? I can feel the power from here. Then the Serpent truly has sent you to us. I wish I could guarantee your safety, but I am graced by the Serpent and have retained my faculties. So many of my people were not as fortunate. You will have no choice but to deal with them. The reactor level is below us. Bring the interlock there. We will need it if we wish to see this through.
Okay. Well, I've been dealing with the people this entire time, so it makes no odds to me if we're gonna have to face more of them. Whoa. Did I accidentally touch that then? Is that why the screen went a bit weird?
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
What happened there? Transported me upstairs. Still need to get some more health packs. I think I must have backed into this. So that disassembler suppressed, refine, razorback. 20% damage against robots.
Do they have anything of value?
They weren't kidding when they said you were going to encounter resistance. Speaker's room. What's in here? That's right, give me all the med packs.
Where did you learn to do that? I imagine it was not part of your training as a miner.
No, it wasn't.
Initiating lockdown.
End the security lockdown. God, we've got another digipick here we need to use. Varun Starstorm. Oh, we got a wall here we can cut. See where this goes.
Spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
Guessing all these phantoms came into this room and were killed by the robot Model A's. Well, a combination of that and the turrets. Yeah, give me the med packs. Oh gosh. Can we phase through that? Should we try it? Guess that's a yes. Ah, no. Third time lucky. Is that it? I need to stop opening them. They're a waste of time. It's not even like you get a lot of experience for them. You get 5. Security control system. Override lockdown. Right, destroy the modulator. Critical fault in vortex power modulator. Proceed to Caleb facilities lab and repair or disable unit. Okay. To all personnel, all research facilities are back online following the installation of the vortex interlock on the reactor level. Minor variances have been detected since that time but have remained within tolerances. Fail-safe systems have been augmented and should trigger automatically should these tolerances be exceeded. Monitor power levels and regularly log results as the new series of experiments for the Pinnacle project commences. Reach the reactor level.
Override. Lockdown.
Good work, Andrasia. Oh no, another locked door. I'm wondering actually if I don't go into that, can I get in this way? Oh, this is also locked. Oh well. I knew that wasn't going to be. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Master lock. What is that in there? Can't tell. Should we try and open it? Right, we're in. What we got? A refined side star and a modified advanced drumbeat. Is that it? I was hoping it might be some special weapon.
As I said, a new vortex interlock is needed. The reactor must be stabilized before we can proceed.
Okay. Let's do it then. So Bethesda really love this new digipick system they've introduced. After using the same system in both Skyrim and Fallout, they probably were really pleased with this, and now they've just completely using it far too much. It's like, yeah, we get it. It's a good system, but we don't need something. There's another one here. I'm not opening that. It's like every 2 seconds there's something to do. Something that requires you using it.
Did not anticipate that we might have erred in our recreation of the vortex interlock, or that we could overload it.
That's gone back to normal. That's good.
It is time. Come.
Follow Anasko Varun.
With all that has gone wrong, all we have sacrificed, I confess I had lost hope. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather's communion with the Great Serpent, the immense responsibility he was given to create and guide House Varun. By the time I became Speaker and inherited that responsibility, so much had changed. The once proud glory of House Varun was diminished. We had lost our way, and I alone could not discern a path forward. I required the Great Serpent's guidance once more, so I set out to find him.
It's a little arrogant to think you could just demand an audience with the Great Serpent. It doesn't seem to have worked. All of this was just to contact the Great Serpent.
If the fate of your entire people was in your hands, would you do any less?
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to have worked.
At first, I thought so too. And I despaired. I learned that my grandfather had attempted something similar. I found reassurance in that idea that he, too, sought additional instruction from the Serpent. And over time, I began to see that the Great Serpent had indeed left a path for me, hidden amongst the experimental failures and setbacks. This vortex, the place between places, and the energy it holds, could be harnessed, refined, directed.
None of this looks very directed to me now.
But we are so close. We are on the precipice of greatness. Utilizing the vortex energy, we have learned that we can create powerful warriors, capable of teleporting vast distances in an instant. The brave volunteers in this room await the chance to be the first wave of soldiers loyal to the Great Serpent and our cause. House Varun can project force on a scale unimaginable in the history of the human race. Jinan Varun's mandate can be fulfilled. The Serpent's crusade can begin anew. Despite all that has happened, their life support system has remained stable. Just one more sign from the Great Serpent that we are following his will. And now, the glorious honor falls to you, my faithful servant. Activate the pods. Carry out the Serpent's will, and begin House Varun's triumph!
Optional. Use the intercom to talk to Anasko, release the phantoms, or terminate life support. Ooh. We talk to him.
Please, I have waited so long for this. Just activate the pods!
You really want to restart the Serpent's crusade, wage war on the settled systems? What exactly happens if I activate these pods?
You yourself must have encountered the Phantoms in Maleen Dam. You know how formidable yet limited their abilities were. The Varun soldiers suspended within these pods are an improvement on all of that prior work. Activate the system, and they will be suffused with vortex energy, making them nearly invulnerable, giving them almost unlimited engagement range. They will be proof that House Varun's ascent to glory has begun. None will be able to deny it.
You really want to restart the Serpent's crusade, wage war on the settled systems?
What other choice do we have? The heathens and heretics loathe our very existence already. Why not be what they expect? By finishing what Jinan Varun started, we fulfill our duty to prepare the way for the Great Serpent. And none will ever again dare mock or belittle us.
You'll throw away years of peace. It would be good to watch the cell systems burn. I kind of want to see what happens. This is obviously presenting us with a choice here, isn't it? I kind of want to go down that path. I want to see what happens in the main game, almost, if you make that decision. Because it would be good, it would be good if Bethesda has written that in. But if it kind of ends, then that, like, either way, whatever you pick, that'll be quite disappointing. So We're going to go You'll Throw Away Years of Peace, but then I think, I'm assuming it's going to lead us down the path where we have to choose. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the option of releasing them, just because I want to see what happens.
Peace? You think House Faroon has known peace? We suffer each and every day. This will restore the balance. Well, surely you can see that I am unable, or else And I think it fitting that the Great Serpent has led you this far, to now allow you to be the one to restore House Faroon to greatness.
Right, let's do it. Life support control system. Oh, that's to shut it down. Ah, this one here. Vortex Crusade Protocol.
Excellent. It is done. This is but the first wave. Once we have restored the Citadel, we will have the knowledge and power to send out hundreds, thousands more.
Intruders dead. In level. Emergent.
Zealots have infiltrated the Citadel. They cannot be allowed to gain control of our work. Waste no time. Ascend the Citadel. Join me at the Pinnacle. We must defend the Vortex Gate. We cannot fail the Great Serpent now.
Come on, Andresia. This is your old house. Let's go and defend it. So many of them. Right, they're all done. I was hoping some of them might have med packs.
what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
Serious amounts of ammo. There we go. Med packs and trauma packs. Jeez. Well, in all the hours I put into this game, I've never seen a fight anywhere as large as this. This is an insane amount of bodies. Let's get out of here. Nope, not that way. Jeez. Oh, that's not gonna come alive. And unalive me. we had another master chest here, didn't we? Should we go for it? See what's in here. Oh damn, that's going to leave me with one. I'm going to run out. Right, I need to go back. Let's try from here again. There we go, done it this time. What have we got? Just ammunition. Should have known. Should have known it wouldn't be anything useful.
Someone or something will clean up whatever's left behind.
Let's do a quick recce, see what we can find. I'm getting med packs back up, which is good. That's 13 now. 14. And I've got 9 of the trauma packs as well, which is good. Oh, hello. What's this? Calibrated space trucker space helmet, trucker spacesuit, and a refined explorer power pack, so it's nothing special. Oh well. Anasko's ID card. Mirrored Varoon Mining Space Helmet, Legendary. Combat Veteran, 50% damage from humans, 10% damage to scan targets, and 4% chance to reflect attacks. An expert safe there. There's a lot of things we can read. Confidential, do not distribute.
Again, I'm just so sorry about all of that. It's been quite a couple of days. Or rather, that's what you all have told me. I confess I don't remember much.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on.
Off.
Literally.
It's been so good to me. Dr. Phillips said it was just disorientation after a graph jump. But I've heard some of the other patients here talking. And well, I think we can agree it was a bit more than that. I just need some rest. Thank you for taking care of me through this. It was all just so much, so fast. It's nice to be able to talk like this, though, isn't it? It's Sylvie, yes? I thought I overheard that earlier. Well, Sylvie, I sincerely appreciate all you've done for me. I can see how hard you all work here in the med bay, and I know you must be tired. Why don't you tell me something about your day? Get my mind off all this.
Yes? If there's anything you need, I am happy to share.
Where's her minigun gone? Did they actually change that last time? I thought she still had that. Maybe I changed it, I don't know. That's what I just picked up, isn't it? Mirrored, refined ground crew spacesuit. It's good that it's got the mirrored though. That's a great that's a great effect that to have mirrored.
Goodbye.
Alright, next one. Jin and Varoon at admission.
Good recording? Alright, thank you. Well, look at you all here, crammed into this cave. I know, it's hardly what any of us imagined when we first set out those months ago, but here we are. I'll tell you, it still surprises me that there are so many interested in what I have to say. But I do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. We've come to know each other very well over these last weeks. Before, well, you all know what happened. Before that, I was quiet on the ship, I know. Kept to myself. Didn't get to know any of you like I should have. But since all that, we've shared a lot, haven't we? More than anything, I've shared that I care about all of you, want the best for you. I suppose I should stop pretending you're not all here for a specific reason. You've heard something that's been going around. Want to know if I really said it. So let's get to it. The Great Serpent is real. He is not a figment of my imagination. He is not a paranoid delusion. He is not a lie or some kind of con job. The Great Serpent is as real, as tangible, as any of us in this room right now. I know. I saw him. Spoke with him. He is a celestial entity, a being as old as the cosmos itself. He is
Are you
everywhere
quite sure you don't want to
and
hold on to that?
everyone. The Great Serpent is inside each and every one of us right now. Now you all know me. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Not about anything, and certainly not about this. So, if you've listened this long, I hope you'll listen a bit longer. Because, just like me, the Great Serpent cares about each and every one of you.
It's interesting stuff. This is like dating right back to his grandfather, isn't it? Anasko Varun's grandfather, Jinan, who pretty much founded this house. So I'm hearing a little bit of history here. Oh, it's just a plain mercenary space helmet. Okay, right. There was something else in here to listen to. It wasn't a confiscated recording, so let's listen to that.
No, I got it. Shh. Yes, it's recording. Yes.
And then we'll go up and listen to the final one.
Yes! Yes! I see! My eyes are open! All of it! Eternity! Everything! All of everything! I see! We made a jump, and one of the passengers is... I don't even know. This guy has been like this for hours. I don't even know. After the grav jump, sounds like he's losing his fucking mind. Which guy is it? No, what's his name? Janan. The one from Astrogation Club? What? No, I'm not. I'm not recording. It's not a hunt. See? Okay, fine.
Jinan Varun, Serpent's Crusade.
House Varun! The time has come. Too long have we spread his truth, only to have it fall on deaf ears. Too long have we preached his understanding and received nothing but derision in return. Is that our fate? To suffer the insults and disdain of unbelievers? Never. We are House Varun, the promised, the holy anointed of the Great Serpent. We spread his word that the settled systems may know its place when comes the shrouding. And if the United Colonies, the Free Star Collective, the free peoples of the galaxy will not accept his love, let them be crushed in his embrace. Go forth, those whose blood is venom, whose voice the hiss of reason. Carry out our charge to prepare the way. Bring to the unworthy our Serpent's crusade. Bring to them their woe.
Some interesting stuff on here about personal entries, burden of leadership, and what if. I don't know how my grandfather did it, to build all this by hand, to shepherd his people through not only the creation of House Varun, but the founding of Dazra, on through the triumphs and failures of the Serpent's Crusade. How did he not break? As I watch my father rule, I believe that while he may not have blessed with the same direct contact as his father before him, perhaps the serpent might whisper to him and guide his hand. I know now how false that belief was. My father heard nothing, just as I hear nothing. My daily prayers go unanswered. I cannot abide the silence. It is maddening. I am left with the braying cries of all these hungry mouths to feed, so petty in their selfish immediate desires. I have none in whom I can confide, as they would use my admission of this silence to further their own schemes and usurp me. I am lost, yet somehow I must lead. I do not know how my grandfather did it. And then what if? I find myself kept awake at night of late, as much as I wish to rest. My mind cannot stop pondering. What if this fails? The gate project has been kept secret from most of House Faroon, but should it fail to produce the desired results, word will spread. There will be no silencing it, and all will know that I have failed. What if we miss something? The engineers assure me all the necessary safety measures are in place. But what if they simply seek to placate me rather than deliver an unpleasant truth? Should something go wrong, the effects could be cataclysmic. Well, they were. But at this point, what if we stopped? Could I live with myself if I knew we had come so close and we'd turn aside at the last moment? Would that not be cowardice? Most of all, I worry, what if this works, but there is no answer? Yeah. Let's get this door opened. Those logs were interesting hearing from his grandfather. Oh, there's an Anasko.
I am glad to have you here with me in this moment, but we are running out of time. We risk losing everything to the Zealots, so the gate must cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the vortex and back again. The Zealots inside will be cast into the void, but I am sorry to say, so will you. It is the only way.
Whoa, hang on a minute.
The Serpent's crusade is too important to risk. The work must carry on. You have served honorably. Your deeds here and your sacrifice will be heralded down through the generations.
Speaker, you cannot be serious. This cannot be what the Great Serpent has intended for us.
Child, there is no other way.
Interesting, right. Did not expect this. After everything I've done, you're just going to cast me aside and let me die. Well, yeah, I don't think lives of people carry too much weight. We've kind of seen that before. There's no way for me to survive this. Can't you just shut down the gate? I understand all must serve. I'm not going out like this. Interesting. I wonder what's going to happen now if we just submit. Does that mean we just die? That can't be what happens. Surely not.
I am afraid not. You were not present when the experiment began, and so you shall not be present when it ends.
Let's see what happens if we just say, I understand all must serve.
All must serve.
Right, I'm not controlling this now. Hang on a minute. Have we just teleported back to our last save point? Talk to Anasko Varoon, we have. So that can't... That's a very odd way of doing it. I can't seem surprised actually, because if we were submitting them we were dying. But That is a weird way of doing it. So there isn't actually a choice then, we have to attack.
I am glad to have you here with me in this moment, but we are running out. We risk losing everything. The Zealots inside will be. The Serpent's crusade is...
Let's see what happens if we choose the other options.
Speaker, you cannot.
Child.
Can't you just shut down the gate?
It cannot be shut down. Not now, when so much is at stake. Not when I am so close. When the Zealots have been purged, we will learn from this experience and we will try again. Eventually, I will be granted an audience with the Great Serpent.
After everything I've done, you're just going to cast me aside and let me die?
My child, you are not being cast aside. I could not have made it this far without you. Your time has just come to its inevitable end. From the moment I commissioned this project, I knew we might suffer losses. I will carry that burden with me, I assure you.
Okay, so the only option we actually have then is attack. I'm not going out like this.
No! You will!
Kill Anasko Varun. Okay.
Extra ammunition is always welcome if it happens.
Bring it!
Alright, let's try that again.
I am glad to have you here. We risk losing everything. The Zealots inside. The Serpent's crusade. You have served.
Speaker, you can.
Child.
I'm not going out like this.
No!
And it would be too easy if we were just facing him.
Serpent's chosen. I cannot let his head.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing, pulling that lever? Oh, there we go. I see. I thought I didn't realise we were having to shoot the thing that opened up.
What are you doing? Would you destroy us all?
try it now. Escape the Scaled Citadel. Okay. Which way? Come on, Andresia, which way are we going?
Slowly, slowly.
I told you he would make it.
That was absolute chaos.
The Citadel is gone. There is no sign of Anasko. You failed. You brought us no scrap of hope for the future.
Thanks for asking.
I do not wish to suggest that I do not care.
I would do more than suggest. You are inconsequential compared to the Speaker. Why are you standing here instead of Anasko?
Ensuring Dazra's safety meant overloading the experiment. Everything inside the Citadel was lost. Anasko brought this on himself. He cared more about his experiment than all of you. Anasko had lost his mind. There was no saving him. We'll go with option 1.
Then truly, we are lost. Without Anasko, there is no Speaker. There is no way forward.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we acknowledge a simple truth. We are currently the government. We decide what happens from here.
You dare speak of treason? Heresy!
I speak of survival.
Please, calm down, both of you.
This is not a time to be calm or sit idly by. This is a time for action. We, the three of us, are the High Council. All of House Varun looks to us for guidance. We should provide it.
Yeah, she's got a point.
Yes, Jamal is right. We would have to name a new speaker.
Malabor, you cannot possibly be considering this madness. We do not have that kind of authority. It is not within our power.
But Lovek, it can be. We can decide that right here, right now. We can carve a path forward for House Varun. Or else, we can sit by and watch all that we have built crumble around us.
And what assurance do I have that the two of you are not just looking to usurp power for yourselves?
Then we let the Vindicator decide. And we have a herald here as witness.
Oh, interesting. No, as if we didn't have enough choices, we now get to pick who should lead. I name myself a speaker. So what have we got? House Vathal should lead. I choose House Dulkef. House Kadik should run things. I don't think any of you are fit to lead. I think House Varun is dead and should remain so. I name myself a speaker. Oh, that's not a decision I can make. See what happens if we say I name myself a speaker.
An amusing thought, but no. Try again.
It was worth a chance. What should we go with? I don't think any of you are fit to lead. I think House Varun is dead and should remain so.
Surely you cannot mean this. House Varun's survival is paramount. To say such a thing is heresy. You would brand yourself a traitor. This is a result of your escape, yes? You hit your head. You do not mean what you just said.
I'm serious, I've had it all with you. You're right, I must have hit my head. Forget I said that. Well, I wonder what happens if we just go with it.
Then decisions about our future no longer concern you. Out of respect for all you have done for us, you will be allowed to leave the city. But after that, you are an enemy of House Varun, and will be killed on sight. Go then. Go back to the worthless settled systems, and share their fate when the shrouding comes. For it will come.
You and I have things to discuss. Is there no one else you can harass right now?
Oh, she was not happy with that. I wonder what happens, actually. Let's just see if we can... Can we load here? Let's see if we just pick a house. I just wanted to see what would happen if we just told them all to go fuck themselves. I guess I kind of got the answer I expected. I didn't think Andrasia would be annoyed with me as well.
Slowly, slowly.
I told you he would make it.
I cannot believe the Citadel is...
Let's skip past this.
I do not wish...
I would do more than...
Let's see what happens if we say Anasko had lost his mind. There was no saving him.
Then truly, we are lost.
Same option.
Without Anasko, there is no speak.
Perhaps.
You dare speak of treason?
I speak of survival.
Please, calm down.
This is not a time to be... We, the...
Yes,
Malabor, we do not have that.
but Lovek...
And what assurance?
Then we let the Vindicator just... And we have a herald here.
Right, okay. Right, so we know that that option doesn't work. That one... yeah, everyone... you know, no one thinks you're their friend after that. Let's see what happens if we say that's not a decision I can make. Let's see if it forces us onto picking a house.
I think it is. 3 houses stand before you. Simply choose which should represent House Varun going forward.
Okay, right, the illusion of choice. Come on, Bethesda, you're better than this. These 3 don't really do anything then. Well, this one does, but pisses everyone off. Let's go with Dulkef. He was the first person to speak to me when we got here and trusted me to help out.
Then so it shall be. House Varun moves forward from this crisis and continues to serve the Great Serpent.
All must serve.
Before you adjourn, is there not one matter more to address?
I do not understand. To what do you refer?
To the matter of the Serpent's crusade, of course. The Vindicator knows of what I speak.
I don't understand. The Crusade was ages ago. What does that have to do with any of this?
Explain the meaning of this at once.
Anasko believed the Great Serpent was instructing him to restart the Serpent's crusade. Part of the experiment was to send phantoms out into the settled systems and opening salvo in the crusade. It was delusional. Asko wasn't in his right mind. Okay, right, so we can either go through with this or we can backtrack. Well, I kind of wanted to see what happened, whether this
Are you sure you are listening?
affected the actual game, the main game from then on. So let's keep going. Part of the experiment was to send phantoms out into the settled systems.
After all this time, and we knew nothing of this. The Council was never consulted.
To be fair, it has never been necessary for the Speaker to consult the Council. It is his decision to make.
There is nothing more to discuss. If the Speaker calls for crusade, then we answer.
I can assure you all that he did indeed believe in it.
Then House Vethol agrees. The crusade begins. What does House Dulkef say?
I have no wish to defy the Speaker, but he is no longer here. The Varun people need time. House Dulkef declines.
No, I should have expected as much. And what does House Kadik say?
Both of my colleagues have made valid points. The matter is complicated.
Oh, don't put it on me.
I believe that for the moment, House Kadik abstains.
So, 1 vote for, 1 against.
Yeah, they're going to put it on me, aren't
What
they?
about you? Should we take up the sword and fight for House Varun, or continue to cower here and pity ourselves?
Consider what you are about to say very carefully.
Okay, right. Start the Serpent's Crusade. All things are peaceful and should stay that way. I'm against the Crusade. Oh, God. Oh, right. Let's see what happens if we say start the Serpent's Crusade.
Then we have a decision.
Very well. We will notify the elders of the houses as well as our new Speaker, and begin preparations as soon as possible. And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything.
Oh, so that's how you get the house.
Know that House Varun is eternally grateful for all that you have done. And that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
Regardless of who leads us, all of Dazra is in your debt.
Well, Andreja didn't react negatively to that. I wonder if she'd have reacted negatively if we'd have said no. Oh, hang on a minute, no, Sarah. Sam Coe is angry with you, Sarah Morgan is angry with you, Barrett is angry with you. We've started all-out war. Oh no. Talk with Sarah Morgan, talk with Barrett. Talk with Sam. Yeah, we've pissed the entire settled systems off here. We are now at enemy number 1. Let's see what happens if we go against that. I'm assuming, well, everyone will be okay, but I'm wondering whether Andreja will be pissy with us.
Consider what you are about to say very carefully.
Right, let's go with this option now, see what happens. Things are peaceful and should stay that way. I'm against the crusade.
So be it. And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Va'ruun is eternally grateful for all that you have done, and that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
Okay, so nothing happens there other than you still get the house. Andreja's fine with you, but yeah, you've not pissed off the entire settled system. I think I am going to go back and do that though and see what happens in the main game. I want to see if all that war starts and how much it affects the... yeah, what goes on outside. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think it will affect it that much, and it'll just be cosmetic because I can't imagine Bethesda will have written in changes on that sort of scale. But I think this is the end of the main questline now, isn't it? Let's just have a look. The Scaled Citadel. Yeah, that's now finished. So there is a lot more for us to do here. So lots of miscellaneous quests that we've got. And I'm going to have the map to discover. There's going to be lots of places left on here, I think, that we've not been to. Stuff like this. So I might have a scour around and see what else I can find around Va'ruun Kai. And of course, we can decorate our flat, which I will do now. Let's have a look. What can we do? Oh, so this actually just takes you into, yeah, the standard outpost section where you can make, yeah, decorate it as you see fit. Alright, okay, so I'm not going to have the materials for all this. Okay, that's fine. Well, I think on that note then, I think I will actually end this series here. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first look playthrough of, yeah, the first DLC for Starfield Shattered Space. So, guess what are my final thoughts on it? I think overall, I think the moon, the location and the quest lines I do enjoy. I just feel I can't help but have this overriding feeling whenever I play Starfield that there's something missing. I think I've listened to a lot of the criticism that this game and this DLC have received. To be honest, I think a lot of it is unfair criticism. I think it gets a lot of stick and it's not always justified. But I don't think that many people are wrong. I think there's a lot of people that jump on the bandwagon, but I don't think that many people are wrong. There's something missing with this game, and I can never quite put my finger on it. It's yeah, it's just I guess you could boils down to it's just not as fun as what Skyrim and Fallout are, and I think it just kind of shows where Bethesda worryingly are going for me. I do worry about games like Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6, especially when Bethesda, like currently this week, they've come out and said that they can't change the engine that their games use, because the whole company is based around utilising that engine. So I don't think anything's going to change. But yeah, in terms of this game, there's just something missing. I think it says it all for me when the most fun I have had in this universe since this game came out was a few months back, or month back, when the Rev 8 vehicle was introduced, and I just basically messed around with it and jumped around space, different planets, moons, turned what's it called, into a skate park. I can't remember the name of the place now. Yeah, but if you'd have seen the video, you'll have watched it. But yeah, I think it says it all, that a little vehicle like that is the most fun I've had in this game. Yeah, I think there's just something missing from it for me personally. So yeah, that is a penny for my thoughts really on this DLC. I think it's good, but do I think it's great? As of yet, no. I'm going to obviously go out and experience more what it's got to offer, some of these quests, and I'll explore the map a bit more. But yeah, it's not Starfield just isn't hitting the spot. It hasn't reached my lofty expectations of it. So yeah, but like I say, thank you for watching this series. I do hope you enjoyed. If you're still here, thank you for sticking through it. I'm Mike the Gaming Dad, and I will see you next time on the channel.